Now, as South Africans travel across the country during the Easter holidays, road safety becomes a pressing concern. Every year, an estimated 60 million children worldwide suffer from traumatic brain injuries that's due to car crashes and a lack of road safety. Peggie Mars is the founder of Child Car Safety Advocacy Group Wheel Well, and she joins us to discuss the issue. Peggie, a very good evening to you. Thank you for your time. I know you've done quite a bit of research to identify the main causes of child deaths on South African roads. As we take stock of the period that we're in, a long weekend, a lot happens on our busy roads. What have you found as you track the trends over the years?
We have found that the main barriers to car seat usage is affordability and ignorance. So parents don't realize how important it is to use a car seat, and it is an affordability issue. So
what then happens in an instance where public transport is being used? I mean, we're just, as you and I spoke, we're tracking a story about the pilgrimage in Morea where buses will be used and parents will be traveling with children.
So we urge parents who travel with their children that they do use a car seat. The safety devices within the vehicle, which is the seat belt, the airbag and the headrest, don't fit your child. And especially the seatbelt is designed to keep your child within the vehicle and help them ride down those forces that act out during a crash. Without it, the reason why our children do get head injuries is because children are top heavy, especially our little ones and our infants. In fact, at birth, your infant has as much as 25% of their body weight in their head. So during a crash, they will fly head first into a passenger seat, the dashboard, or even into the windscreen. And that is why our children get these brain injuries. And car seats are specifically designed to reduce those injuries to a treatable level.
So in raising awareness and advocating for child road safety, what kind of mechanisms are required as, we take stock of these numbers, these horrific numbers? I mean, if we look at last year, comparing it to the previous year, we've seen that there has been an increase in the number of deaths during the Easter long weekend.
Yeah, it is because in some cases, parents leave their car seat home so that they can pack more luggage. Because of the high volumes, risk is increased. So it is a dangerous time to drive, and it is long roads, it is higher speeds, and speeds impact on the severity of a crash. So again, we urge all parents in private vehicles to please use a car seat when they travel back. Don't become one of the statistics. If you lose a child, it is something that affects you for the rest of your entire life. It's a trauma that not just for you as a parent, but siblings and all the extended family and the community. So we ask parents to please take care. Public transport is exempt from using car seats. So in minibus, taxis and buses, you don't need a car seat.
Yeah.
Buses, because of their sheer weight and the lower center of gravity, is much safer for children to travel in. So if you take your family on a bus to go to your destination, it is much safer than using a minibus taxi or your child as a passenger vehicle without a car seat.
And how can authorities raise awareness and, ensure that there are reductions in the number of child deaths on South African roads year on year?
To enforce the law. The law states that all children under the age of 3 must be in a car seat. That car seat must be appropriate for the child's age, weight and height, and it must be correctly certified. Children over the age of 3 must be in a car seat if one is available. If no car seat is available, that child must sit on a seat and use a seat belt. Now, it is safest for children to ride in the back. The space of the back passenger seats are the safest space in the vehicle. So if you don't have a car seat, let your children sit on the seat at the back with their back against the backrest and use a seat belt if it fits them. And then we urge parents to please Sorry, yes?
Yes, no, you carry on.
Okay. What I urge parents to do is also to reduce their speed and to avoid driving at night. At night, you don't see as well as you do during, and the risk increases. In fact, for every adverse event or condition, you need to reduce your travel speed by 10%. So if you drive with your children, reduce by 10%. If it is very early morning or late at night where the sun shines in your eyes, please reduce your speed as well. At night, reduce with a further 10%. And then again, if it is raining or visibility is not good, reduce your speed as well. You know, the posted speed on our roads is for ideal weather conditions during the day.
Yeah. Right at the beginning, as you and I started talking, you mentioned poverty as a factor to people not having car seats. What kind of initiatives? I mean, have you held some of the initiatives to help people who are not able to afford these car seats? What are the ways around it to assist? Because, I mean, as soon as the child reaches a certain age, the car seat is no longer useful. And, I mean, where do they go? What happens to the old car seats that people have?
So we have a campaign at Willwell called Car Seats for Kids, and we've been running this for 13 years now, and almost 12,000 car seats to families who can't afford them new. So we urge parents who have got a car seat gathering dust somewhere in a cupboard or in the garage to please donate it to us. What we will do is we will check that seat for safety, because we care deeply about the life of the next child using that seat, and we will clean it to make sure there's no germs in it. And then those seats will go to families who cannot afford them new. So we urge parents to contact us. And we usually, if it is parents that can't come in person, we happily send a car seat with a family member to them without cell phone number, so we can give them all the information about their seat. And all car seats can be dropped off at any super quick dealership countrywide. Just go there, drop it off. They will see to it that it's delivered to our front door, and then we will make sure that a less privileged child will be kept safe with that car seat.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us this evening. Peggie Mars, the founder of Child Car Safety Advocacy Group Willwell, joining us to discuss the impact of child deaths on the roads.